All right, what's up and good morning, everybody. This is Al, Fishing with Big Al. Welcome to the channel. And this morning I did my walk and I forgot to take my camera with me. Right, I didn't take my camera, so basically I could not give a picture. But I can describe what I seen this morning. If you're thinking about heading down this way, I'm gonna give you a report of what the conditions look like this morning to me. Again, the water was stained. It was high tide this morning, so I walked the beach about between 6 and 7, and the tide was up. The brown water, of course, was there. It was visible, but the green water, from my seeing, looks like it is moving in closer as the days move ahead. So basically, I would give it about 150. Between 150, 300 yards from shore where you would actually see green water. So not really sure if that means that the green water is gonna move in today, right? I won't be around to see it. I've got some stuff that I'm taking care of. Hold on for a second, let me get into a better vision. All right, that's better. So anyway, the green water, I think that's where I was at, was anywhere between 150, 300 yards. If you was in a boat and you're going out in the jetty, or the Packery jetty, I think that once you left the jetty and got at least 150, 200 yards up in the boat, then you will be in green water. So as the days are moving along, it seems like the green water is starting to make its way back in, closer to us, and not out as far as it was. I still don't feel that fishing the surf is probably the best option right now. Hold on for a minute, get out the sun again. All right, much better. I still don't feel that the surf right now is still, and the jetty itself, is still probably the best option as far as enjoying your fishing. If you're a fisherman, I would still say it's not showing that it's probably the best option. The water's still stained and the jetty itself still looks like chocolate milk, right? Just the whole jetty itself in general looks like chocolate milk. So I don't think, I'm not that type of person when it comes to lures. I'm pretty good with what I fish with as far as tsunamis and things like that. But I know guys that love throwing top water, and I didn't see anybody out there this morning throwing any top water lures. I haven't really seen anybody throwing lures since the water conditions been the way they are. So I know I usually throw my tsunamis in the morning and the evening time, and it's usually in clear water when I'm catching my trout or if I'm hitting snooks and things like that. Again, like I said, going down to Port A, right, that may be different. For all you know, Port A could be better conditions to fish compared to what I'm seeing at the Packery. Downtown, again, is still a good option to actually go down and fish. I haven't gone down there, but my wife, she took my grandbaby down there, and she said the water was beautiful, and she said it was green and everything else the way that we see it at the beach. She said it was downtown, which makes sense because that is the time frame that I usually go down and fish, is downtown at this time of month, because I learned that last year it was like that, and I kept seeing stain and seaweed, so I would just go downtown. And when I went down there, that water was green. So if you're talking about fishing Portland, or you're talking about fishing off a shoreline down there by the Bank Center and places like that, you probably can have some fun with it and get into some good fishing. All right, I'm making my way across the causeway at JFK, and the water, from what I can see right now, is clear. I can actually see the bottom as far as what I'm looking at, where if you were wading, you would have good water to fish in. It's just too hot. It is 85 degrees, and I mean, it's hot. I did my walk this morning, and by the time I got back to the house from walking, I walked from Whitecap all the way down to the jetties, and then I walked back. And that whole walk, I seen a guy right now, a guy had something that looked like he had a trout out there on the left side of me right now, looked like he was putting a trout in the net. So this is the flats as far as people wading out here in the water. There is some seaweed that I can see, but those like in little pods. nothing major where you got to worry about it traveling like it does in the jetty. The jetty has a lot of movement when that water's going in and out, and seaweed dragging the bottom gets on everybody's lines. So that is why it's not good to really fish the jetties. Even though it's even milky, I would bet that there's probably seaweed on the bottom floor, and if you cast out with that water moving with the high tide or low tide, you probably get it on your line. So I would bet that the seaweed is still there. But by all accounts, the water right now looks good, man. There is a lot of clear water. I was actually supposed to get up this morning, but I said I was going to stick to my walking, right? Because the jetty not giving me opportunity to do what I want to do. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and take this time to do my walks in the morning. I was thinking about going over to the base, but man, it's just so hot. So if you go over there, once that sun comes up, when you get older, it ain't like it was when you were young. When I was young, man, I did not care. I would stay out there all day. I go get me some drinks or whatever I'm gonna do, and I'll be popping them drinks and dealing with that heat because I'm trying to catch fish. But now, man, when you get older, once that sun starts hitting you and you look up at it and you realize it ain't going nowhere, it's on you all day, man, you ain't got time for that no more. So I try to fish now in good conditions. So mainly when that jetty clears up, it'll be back to normal, getting up between 4 and 5, getting there by 6 at least, and then fishing until about 8, and then get up out of there, because it just gets so hot, man. Between July and August, that temperature really goes up. But you know, it is what it is. So the jetty, I would say, is off. But as far as fishing flats, if you want to wade and walk the lines and things like that with your lures, even if you go down 361, I'm pretty sure if you go down 361, you'll probably find some good water to go walk out there in, and probably run across some big trout and things like that, reds, whatever you're looking for. Me, myself, I just don't do the wading too much anymore. So I'm mainly jetties and I'm mainly surf. So that is my 2 options that I love concentrating on whenever I'm fishing. And it works for me. So I like doing it that way. But you gotta be patient, wait for that jetty to open back up, get that brown water out of there, get that good green water in there, and then start catching the mangroves. Hopefully the reds will start moving in. Like I said, I haven't seen too many people talking about they hitting red drum. I'm pretty sure the black drum are swimming around, but you gotta still fight off the hard heads, and when that water's the way it is, them hard heads are in that brown water, and sometimes your line don't even get a chance to hit the bottom before they grab it. So they're all over the place. I even seen the hard head babies swimming around, like at least look like 10 feet in circumference to me. Now you take 10 feet, that's a lot of hard heads in that 10 feet circumference, because they're gonna be from the bottom probably up. And a lot of people, including myself, I didn't know they did that. And I thought I was looking at mullet one day, and I threw my cast net out there, man, and I hit nothing but hard heads. Filled my net up more than I ever caught mullet. I filled it up with them hard heads, and you talking about a time trying to get them out of that net. If anybody's done that, you know what I'm talking about. But when you throwing out there, if you never seen them before, you think it's mullet. And I've never seen baby hard heads running the way they were running. This is over by Bob Hall last year when I first did that. And me and this guy, we thought they were mullet. And we just ran down there and threw our net. And we were wondering why we got them so easy. That explained it, because they didn't even run when we did it. You know how you run up on them with your net, and sometimes they take off and scatter? They didn't even do that. It was like they did, yeah, come on. We got something for you. And it wasn't nothing but hard heads, and you imagine trying to get them out of your net. So yeah, we had to take our time and get them up out of there. But we both did that, and we sat back and we laughed about it, because it was funny, because we just, like I told him, I said, man, that is the first time I ever seen this. I've never seen hard heads, baby hard heads in a cluster swimming like they were, and they just looked like mullet. If you was away from them, it looked like you were looking at mullet swimming in the water, and you thought you were finna hit the jackpot. So yeah, that is what it was, baby hard heads. But still, just like I said, man, the fishing right now at the jetty is what it is. The wind conditions are great, right? Wind conditions are great. The waves, anywhere between, shoot, it wasn't even, I don't even think they hit 2 feet. this morning, it looked really good. Like I say, if the water was green and I had me some spook lures, or you know, and I wanted to go out there and test it and see if I could hit trout in them waves, probably could. But that water, like I said, it was brown, so no telling what's in there. I didn't want to take a chance and be bored trying to do it in brown water, so I like to wait for it to get green. But anyway, 10 minutes into it, I think you get the gist. Right now, what I was getting at was water conditions over at the jetty. I talked about where the green water is at, in my opinion, and I showed a picture of me riding across the bridge of what it looked like, and water was clear, good enough that if you want to wade it and chase trout, chase reds, I'm pretty sure you probably could get them. They're there. But as far as the jetty itself, the jetty is still brown, but it looked like the green water is moving in closer. So again, with that said, man, if you guys are out there fishing, be safe, be cool with one another. We are grown. We just out there trying to enjoy our day. So leave with that same mentality and return home with that same mentality. Go and come and enjoy your day. With that said, I'm out. Y'all be cool. Peace.